Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for another season of the Tales from Star Wars series, if you want to call it that. That's not the official title, but that's what I'm going to call it. You had Tales of the Jedi, which I love. It's my favorite, probably. You had Tales of the Empire, which I just reviewed for the first time after watching it for the first time. And now, for the first time, I watched the 2025 series. I think it's the final one. I don't think we're getting one this year in 2026. But this one is Star Wars Tales of the Underworld. And I went into this not knowing anything about it, and it had a lot of surprises for me. Some good, some bad, but overall I liked it. It had its moments. I don't know about the later half of the show. It's only 6 episodes, as many of you know. They're like 15-minute long episodes. To start off with, I just assumed we were just doing bounty hunter stuff, and it does a little bit of that. But the first 3 episodes follow Asajj Ventress. Now, my issue here is I don't even remember, I don't know if this follows up on, so back in the day, and I reviewed this book, there was a Star Wars book, post-Disney buying Star Wars. I just reviewed it last year. I loved the book. It was Star Wars Dark Disciple, and it was about Asajj Ventress, but mainly Quinlan Vos, and it was the love story of those two. Now, I don't know if that ended up, because it was written as scripts and then adapted into that book post-Disney, because they wanted to make a little bit of moolah, and it was a great book. I loved it, man. The chick who wrote that killed it. And again, I reviewed it in case you're curious about it. I don't know if those were adapted for this newer final season of Star Wars Clone Wars that Disney did. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet because I didn't have Disney Plus yet, and I just didn't have the time. I've been watching backlogs of junk. So I don't know if they went ahead and adapted that from that novel and those old scripts into episodes for people. So I don't know if this thing, Star Wars Tales of the Underworld, first half of the season, the first 3 episodes, I don't know if they're just picking up on that storyline that I'm going to go ahead and spoil from Dark Disciple. In case you haven't read the book, go ahead and click off. I'm giving you free time just to get out of here, scram, skedaddle, and you're gone, if you care. I recommend Dark Disciple. It's an excellent read, man, especially if they haven't adapted those episodes. So Dark Disciple, at the end of it, Asajj Ventress dies, right? And Quinlan Vos is heartbroken, completely broken over this. It was a beautiful love story, in my opinion. And she was working with him to try to go assassinate Count Dooku on the Jedi orders from Yoda and from Mace Windu. Great read, like I said. Here, they open up, which shocked the shit out of me. They open up with Quinlan Vos taking Asajj Ventress to a little lake thing to bury her, and she comes back to life. She gets a choice on whether she could just stay dead, stay in spirit form, or come back. The moment that happened, I immediately was rubbed the wrong way. Because if you read Dark Disciple, or if it was adapted, like I said, I don't know, it's an excellent book. And I was genuinely offended with the fact that they brought Asajj Ventress back to life. Because I love Asajj Ventress. I always have since the original Clone Wars cartoon when I was a kid. I hadn't read the comics that she came from at that time. I've been a fan of her for a long, long time. Did not know they were going to do that. Really rubbed me the wrong way. And when she comes back, she goes into fucking hiding, doesn't seek out Quinlan Vos. Maybe she will one day. We never really cover that. I would love to see these two, Quinlan Vos and Asajj Ventress, in a live-action movie. I'm hoping that's something Filoni will do one day. I doubt he will. But if he does, I would love that, man. It would be one of those things like when they brought in Anakin's newer Clone Wars outfit into the Ahsoka TV show. It looked awesome. It looked awesome. Hayden Christensen was so badass in that outfit. Anyway, I was really put off with this Asajj Ventress thing. She goes into hiding, just kind of being like a bodyguard at a local shop with a weird boss who's not making any money because of the Empire's influence and whatever. And she gets kind of betrayed, but there's also a young man who somehow comes across Asajj Ventress. She happens to know he's there. He was a surviving Jedi student, and I know, we're all tired of it. We're all tired of seeing Jedi survive, young Jedi at that, young kid Jedis. because all the old ones died. All of them. Kiadi Mundi, however you say his name. They thought they killed Yoda. Obi-Wan Kenobi they thought they killed. Mace Windu died at the very beginning of these things because of Palpatine. All these important Jedi from like the Council and stuff are pretty much killed. How the fuck are babies living? Babies with lightsabers. How are they making it through this? It's a fucking joke at this point because they don't have anything to keep making. And I think Disney and Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy even had realized that people like me were right, and what makes Star Wars fun are Jedi and Sith stories. And bounty hunters too, but that's really it. I don't give a shit about like pilots and junk. I just don't care about that. I don't, to be honest with you. Maybe Starfighter will change that. I'm assuming Starfighter is going to be a no Jedi movie, but I'm also not stupid, and I know they want to sell toys, so I'm assuming somebody will be a Jedi in there. But anyway, getting back to this, Underworld, this whole Asajj Ventress story becomes Asajj Ventress running as fast as she can with this younger Jedi kid and trying to protect him. Because she, for anybody who doesn't know, she's not really even an anti-hero by the end of Clone Wars. From what I remember. And in Dark Disciple, when she fell in love with Quinlan Vos, they changed each other. She brought Quinlan Vos a little bit more towards the middle. He brought her a little bit more towards the middle into being a good guy. Which is what made that book so compelling. And now it's out the window. The love story's out the window for no real good reason. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't even make any sense for why we did things the way we did. However, the animation is great, the lighting is great, the lightsaber fights, because at one point Asajj has to deal with this one guy that shows up at this spaceport when her and the kid are trying to get off the planet that she's been a bodyguard on. I don't think that was Tatooine. I think it was something else. But I could be wrong. That lightsaber fight with her and this guy was real short. Again, 15-minute long episodes. They're like 45-minute movies, technically, if you put all three of the episodes about each subject together. Asajj was cool. I didn't hate the new kid. It's just the concept of young Jedi constantly surviving left and right that's just so stupid. So overdone. But those two building a friendship was nice. I enjoyed that. The 3 episodes overall I enjoyed. I'm just a little annoyed that Asajj is back again. I can't not be annoyed about that. Moving along, though, to the final 3 episodes of the season, I was shocked. I was bored at first, but then I was shocked what they did with this. It's a Cad Bane backstory. Like, before he got, like, the weird voice, you know? I love Cad Bane. And when we kicked off the first episode of these last 3, I didn't know it was going to be a Cad Bane thing, a backstory. And I thought it was just about 2 weird-ass kids that were the same race. No, I wasn't paying attention to names. For example, Cad doesn't go by Cad when his original name was Colby. It's about him and his best friend. This whole 3 episodes is like a Clint Eastwood Western, which Cad Bane is clearly based on Clint Eastwood. There's no getting around that. His mannerisms, the way he carries himself, the kind of smirk talk he does, the way he squints and whatnot. It's clearly, Cad Bane has always been inspired by Clint Eastwood. There's no getting around it, which is what made him cool. He was a Western cowboy bounty hunter dealing with people like Jedi and Sith, and he always held his own. I love Cad Bane and the old Clone Wars show and stuff. And I've heard he's in other things, like Bad Batch, and I didn't know that. I knew he was in Book of Boba Fett, and I'm literally probably only going to watch that for him, because I hate the shit I saw about Boba Fett's TV show. Worst decisions you could have ever made about Boba Fett. But anyway, huge Cad Bane fan here. That first of 3 episodes was not into it. At all. Was not into it. And each episode of those 3 skips quite a bit of time to different parts of Cad Bane's life. The second episode I thought was solid. The third episode was really good. Really good. A little slow in pacing, but it's very much fashioned after OG Westerns. They were always slow. Maybe that's not an excuse to people who don't like Westerns, and that's okay if you don't, whatever. It's a taste issue. And I like that Star Wars is versatile. You can do things like that. Like you can do Rogue One and have it be kind of or Solo even, and be kind of like a heist movie. And I like that Star Wars is versatile in that way. And frankly, I think Solo would have benefited more if it was more like this. It would have bored the shit out of the audience, and it probably would have wasted a lot of things Ron Howard had to do that was already wasted on CGI money and stuff, despite reshooting so much of that movie. But I think it would have been a lot better if it had been more like this. Han Solo is very much like a cowboy character. He's a renegade and a rebel. I love that about him. But Cad Bane's first episode, again, it's too boring to me, and I just was not paying attention to names and whatnot, and it lost me there. I didn't think the episodes 2 and 3 were going to pull off to complete it and make it even better. I figured it'd be boring. I didn't know they were going so much into a Western direction, really, until that second episode, where they really jump into that head first. And so I waited like 2 or 3 days, because I got busy. I would hang out with my wife after work and stuff and just talk. Or I would play a game, like that Dukes of Hazzard 2, Daisy Dukes It Out on PS1 thing I just reviewed. I was doing stuff like that, but I've just been too busy. I was busy over the weekend, so I didn't finish watching it. But anyway, I'm glad I finally did last night. I know it took me overall a week to watch all of this, but I'm glad I watched it. The first half of the season with Asajj Ventress, despite rubbing me the wrong way, ended up really good. The Cad Bane backstory, this whole Western, two friends being so close as children, then having a falling out through life and taking completely different paths, one into crime, one into being a cop, by the way, in that town, kind of a deputy sheriff type of thing. That whole Western feel of two friends having a falling out and then remaining in that falling out the rest of their lives until a conclusion, that was a really powerful story. It just took so long to get there, and it was a whole waste of our first 15 or 20 minutes. So anyway, if you like Cad Bane, if you like Asajj Ventress, definitely check out this season. I think there's some really good benefits, but I will tell you up front, this is easily the weakest of the 3 seasons. I'm not saying it's bad. It has bad problems with it, but the music and stuff was really cool. I love how in the Cad Bane episodes, by the way, there's a little bit of this twinge of Western music in there. Kind of like how the Mandalorian TV show has, which, by the way, I finally started watching. We'll see how long it takes me to get through that. I'm trying to get through it before the movie, but then there's the Punisher TV show I want to watch all of before the new movie for that, before Brand New Day as well. So I'm totally pulled apart to every direction you could possibly go right now, and I only have so much time in the day. So anyway, what do you think about Star Wars Tales of the Underworld? Did you love this? Did you hate it? Is this the worst season or the best season for you? I'd love to hear all that down below too. It was good seeing characters again. I don't know how I feel about how we saw them, but they're both treated respectfully for the most part. But Asajj Ventress should have stayed dead. I'm sorry, man. Anyway, what do you think about this season? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Do you want more Star Wars Tales of seasons? Let me hear that down below too, because I want more. I love stuff like this. I don't know how profitable it would be for Disney, because it seemed like the first season was excellent. The second season was really good most of the time. And to me, I feel like they could keep doing this, but I don't know how many people actually watch it. I feel like I'm the only person who actually looks forward to Star Wars Tales of whatever seasons. So that's why I'm pretty sure they're not doing another one this year. But maybe they're skipping a year. I don't know. I hope so. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.